This is a review of an online math game called Spider Match. It can be found on mathplayground.com. It's one of a number of math games that they have. This one is about putting together integers, negative and positive numbers to create a number chosen by the game. It is identified on here. It does identify the essential skills, the learning connections there made. So the essential skills are mental math, of combining those positive and negative numbers, problem solving, finding several ways to make a target value in order to create that target number. And then it states Common Core connection for grades 6 and 7. To apply and extend previous understandings of addition and subtraction to add and subtract rational numbers. So this does state that if you are a subscriber, you may view in full screen mode. I am not a paid subscriber to this game, so we are working with the screen, I guess, at a slightly smaller size. When you enter the game, going into play, you can choose a different name. It'll assign you a player name by player number, and you could change it to, you have the option of changing it to a name, so we're going to change it to Spidey. When you come in here, I'm not sure if you had a subscription, it might have other players in here you're playing against. I haven't seen it in the few trials that I've done of this game. I haven't seen anybody else pop up here. So we're going to play now, and I'll show you how it works. It goes for a little over a minute. About a minute. So there I am, Spidey, and I'm playing in here. You're playing against computer 2, 3, and 4. So there are other players. Go ahead and start. 3, 2, 1. So the object is you need to make 1 out of these various integers here. So 8 minus 7 gives you 1. And as you're doing it, the other spiders are also trying to take some of those same numbers. So you're just trying to get them. Just keep on clicking and putting together numbers that combined make the number 1. And it goes for, oh, there we go. When you are finished, after that approximate minute of putting together those, it does rank you against the other players or the other spiders in there. I guess they're, in this case, we got computer bots or something. So, and it does tell you how many sets you put together or how many problems you solved. So, it looks like the results, there were 10 combinations in that time. Or the rate, that's why I think it's running just a little over a minute. I haven't timed it, but 9 correct per minute. And it also gives feedback right away of your accuracy. So if you have a user or a student who's just clicking numbers randomly until they get something, it would affect their accuracy rating. I haven't seen in here anywhere where a teacher could get feedback on what students are doing. It doesn't seem to save your score in any way. Maybe be this print. You could print out this screen, I suppose, to show could turn it in, but I don't see anywhere in here where a teacher or a parent could go in and behind a student to see what they did on it. So, and for students, I thought it was a good tool for students, as I said, with learning disabilities who may have troubles just putting those numbers, the concept of negative numbers can confuse them. They're lower numbers, so they're all one digit, well, there were 2-digit numbers, but they're all smaller numbers, so that they're putting together these smaller numbers. It's good for building those math facts, I believe. However, for students who may have students with visual difficulties, this probably wouldn't work very well. And also for students who cannot use a mouse, I didn't find any other way to access it. I tried different different keys and stuff on the keyboard, but there wasn't any other way to click on them just using an ordinary setup of the computer. For students with hearing impairments, it wouldn't be any problem. There are no directions that you have to hear. There's nothing important about the game, important to the game, that you have to hear. So it has the sound effects when you grab a couple of numbers, but I don't think that that's not critical to the playing of the game. So overall, I think it has some benefits, and for certain populations, it's not necessarily a good fit.